Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to play some chess. And if you're not subscribed, please do so. We are 6 subs away to 10 subscribers. And now, this position I think it's already winning. Because as black I have a small lead in development. But at this level it doesn't really matter. So I want to play my put my knight on f6 because now when this knight comes out, I can pin it. And I want to trade this bishop as soon as he tries to kick it out. Because all of my pawns are going to be on light squares, so that bishop will be pretty much useless. So I am predicting h3 from my opponent. I mean, it's a good move, because if I trade then he just brings out his queen for free. But again, this bishop long term will be a liability. So he develops his knight on the other side of the board, and I really like this move b5. Just cutting out this knight completely. So it will have no legal moves whatsoever. And he can technically go back and try to rotate it, but it's just a waste of moves. Maybe he can push this pawn right here. Because after takes, he can kind of break into my position. But he sacrifices his knight. I think it's a blunder because my queen can still come around, right? And I have this quite nasty idea, because now he has to move his bishop, and if he tries to defend it with his queen, I can take this knight right there. And it's important to notice that not only this knight defends this pawn on d4, so then I can take with my queen, but also this queen is basically overstimulated, protecting this bishop and protecting this knight. But he makes a pawn move. And I think that I can... No, I wanted to play something like bishop d6, but then he can just push. And after takes, my pawn structure isn't as strong as it used to be. So why not go for this idea, maybe trade everything off. I mean, I am up a piece. But I can't really take this pawn, because what I'm thinking right now is takes. But then this knight is hanging, so I have to trade this bishop straight away. And then I can't even take, because this is hanging, right? So I have to castle as fast as possible and play bishop to e7, because it's the best move. It's the best square for my bishop to stand. And obviously he has to take with his queen. He's kind of wasting time, because you just can't weaken your king like that, right? So now I have to develop my bishop, castle, and then try and take this pawn. Maybe make some equal trades, and I again pushed up to 1272, but I always like to drop down to like 1230. So hopefully now I can break through this and get my 1300 rating. And for my opponent, in this position I would try to bring out my bishop like this to protect this pawn. Maybe reinforce my pawn structure, so we wouldn't get to an endgame as fast as we could. This is a terrible move, because now we are moving closer and closer to the endgame, right? I can go here with my queen, offering a queen trade, and he can't really trade because I'm up a piece. as white here, you want to make as little trades as possible. And my opponent did not do that. My opponent just straight up panicked, took, like, traded pieces, and now we are in this position. He trades queens. Not ideal. Right, now all I have to do is castle. And then use my additional knight to win back some pawns. The only thing that white has really going for is those two passed pawns on the edge of the board, because even though I'm up one in material, I am down 2 pawns. And he has to push them. I would even go like a4. Like try to advance my pawns as quickly as possible. I think I can play bishop a3. Basically stopping him from pushing this pawn. This pawn is not making it by himself itself, and overall you don't want to trade this. And you can't really get rid of my bishop, right? So now I will castle because I'm not castled yet. I really like this knight because it's kind of limiting his bishop's moves. And here I can put all of my pawns on light squares maybe. I mean, that seems like a reasonable thing to do. I mean, I don't think my knight is limiting this bishop moves, but this bishop is limiting my knight moves. So maybe I can go for something like bishop b4, challenging this bishop and basically forcing it to go back, right? But I really like this bishop positioning. I don't think I'm going to change it. And I'm just going to push, right? I don't really have to play into him, he has to play into me. By the way, I'm wondering how... I mean, what's his elo progression, right? Because he has this diamond flare, which means that he's kind of dedicated to this game. But anyway, now I think I can challenge his bishop to maybe try and go ahead and take this pawn. Because after I attack this bishop, the only square that he can move to is this one right here. And then you're disconnecting your rooks, right? So now after I push this pawn, after takes, I don't know, I feel like it's better to be me in this scenario, because then I can kind of bring my other rook to the f-file, and this additional pawn, I mean, it wouldn't give you anything. So now I can just exchange. Again, he shouldn't have traded in this position. He does have another useful pass pawn, but those are pass pawns as well. And his pieces are very undeveloped. Mine really coordinate really well with each other, and I'm wondering if I should give him this check. But I also think that I should simply draw back to stop this a-pawn from moving. Because this knight is controlling this pawn as well as this pawn. So now all I have to do is bring this rook into the party with the move rook to e8, threatening this, and your rook is kind of useless. I mean, you can bring it over to this file, but it doesn't do much. And I don't see why I wouldn't give this check. And then I'm kind of shielding this boss pawn from this rook coming in the future. But I can also attack this rook. And then try to win over this pawn. But I don't mind giving this check. I don't know if this isn't better for black, but I mean, I can't really go wrong with trading pieces in a position like this. Now I do have to be careful because after takes, we are equal in material, and his pawns are going to be really, really strong. So I think I can attack his rook, and on the next move I will just take this free pawn. Right, and then I'm going to push those pawns, and this is going to be completely winning. Of course, if he goes for this trade, because if not, then I'm going to find a different game plan. But he did. I don't know if I fumbled here, but I guess I have to put my rook behind this h-pawn and try to advance. Yes, this is the right move. I mean, I feel like at some point in the game I made an inaccuracy because, I mean, this position should have looked a lot better for me. Like, now I'm kind of struggling to win, and overall this endgame should have been a lot easier. This looks like a draw, by the way. I don't know if I can give him this check. Maybe this will do something. I mean, now I'm really struggling. I mean, this is a draw, I feel like. I mean, I just cannot progress my pawn. He cannot progress his pawns. Right. I don't know if he isn't better here, to be honest. I mean, what the fuck happened? I guess I can try and play it for a draw. Because of the takes. I mean, he is kind of winning. I'm honestly not sure what to think of it. This is hard. I don't think I can win this with black. This is just not a thing. If this A corner square would have been dark, then maybe. I mean, I don't know, I'm going to try to trade rooks and maybe maybe play for something, but I don't think he has enough time. Because he has to bring his king, he cannot push any of those pawns. Because then I will just capture them and I will promote faster, right? Yes, now I trade my bishop for this pawn. Because after takes, I go here and I control this promotion square. And I think I can... Oh, I can just take. What am I saying? I was trying to figure out some checks to maybe trap his queen like that, but I mean, I'm just winning. So now as long as I don't fumble this... Okay, he resigned. So this was your daily chess video for today, and I